Hello, we're going to talk about East New York and these housing projects that are going up there. It's called temporary housing, shelter. They got all kinds of names for it. There's Help Eye of New York. We have to figure out what is going on here. This is Inez Barron talking to them.
You're talking about less than 5% of the people who actually live there now being able to move into this housing. So you're talking about a form of gentrification because it's displacing or not providing an opportunity for the people who presently live there to be eligible to apply for this housing.
I mean, I just want to be clear that it's going to be a range that we
A range going up to $96,000.
AMI all the way to 100. And we're happy to continue the conversation with you about what.
Well, it would have been nice for you to continue the conversation before you came to this point and before you filed. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Council Member. Thank you very much for the panel for your testimony today. Calling the next panel.
So now he's confused. He doesn't know that Charles Barron is coming.
The next panel is Kurt Goodrich, Isha Whitaker, Helen Belay. I'm sorry, my apologies. I'd like to call up Assembly Member Charles Barron.
Charles Barron, where's he coming from? Okay, here he is. I guess the speaker, or whatever his name is, didn't know that he was coming.
Assemblyman, good to have you back.
Good to be back.
You can begin anytime you want.
Well, I want to thank all of you for coming out and showing your interest, because we should always...
Of course, everyone's on a clock except for Mr. Barron.
I also want to caution you not to be manipulated. Don't let no one manipulate you by talking.
There's no one even in the hearing room, and he's talking.
This is going to be for our community. So what HPD and others do, they bring you in, they give you this flowery presentation on how they're going to create jobs, on how it's going to be affordable housing for everyone. And then they talked about the millions of dollars that they put into my beloved East New York.
His
They don't
beloved.
tell you about the millions of dollars
He owns
they
it.
made out of our beloved community. And they don't let you know that when you're talking about just going by their numbers, always listen out for the AMI, the area median income. It's an insult when people come to our community and say they're building affordable housing, and you ask them, well, what is the neighborhood AMI? And they don't even know. So how are you going to build affordable housing in the neighborhood? You don't even know what our income is. How about $36,000?
Wait, let's check. Let's check Charles and...
Talking about we have a range of income.
Wait, let's pause and see what Charles and Inez's income are. Right? Here we go. We can look up at SeeThroughNY, and what do we see here? Inez Barron. She's got, let's see, Inez Barron, City Council, $153,000. No one mentions that. Not that, that's 2017. Oh my goodness, she's been taking a pay cut. I guess now 2019, it's a little bit lower. Oh my goodness. See what Inez took a pay cut there. No, it's about the same. Oh, actually, no. It did go down. She must have got less bonuses and whatever it is that they get. And if you need Charles is actually lower. His is in the 100. I guess he used to get paid more, but now as assembly person, he's getting paid less. And the links will all be provided below. Let's see if there's anything else that we want to look at. The address was 515 Blake Avenue, right? So this is why things are so confusing on this city council speaker site or city council site, this is what you get to look at. All kinds of land use and clicks and links, but the critical thing it appears is that for this 515 Blake, it's a lot of things are approved, but if you look at over here at La Hermosa, some of them were laid over. I think that means something. And also, if you look for La Hermosa here, 515 Blake, right here. Laid over by subcommittee. I guess these little actions mean something. There you go. So let's look a little bit deeper into this 515 Blake Avenue. This is the gobbledygook that they give you for these land use items. It's obvious that Charles didn't get his. This is where Blake Avenue is, right? Somehow it's his beloved East New York, but it seems to be in the boundary between Brownsville and East New York, but I guess he takes ownership of all of that. And let's see what the actual buildings look like. Doesn't look like much. Here's the building, and if you zoom in, this Help Plaza, that must be it. That must be it. I think it says 513 Blake Avenue there, Brooklyn, New York. So this must be what everybody's fighting over. And it doesn't look like much of a building at all. I don't even know. But if you go to the ACRIS data, see, I recommend you always look at taxes. So you go to tax.titleforce.org, right? And you look up this particular address. You'll see that it seems to pay tax, but then it suddenly stops paying tax. I mean, this goes to 2018. Anyone who wants this updated, just let Ralph at TitleForce know and they can update it. But it seems to pay, it used to pay some tax, but it didn't pay it. So if you look at these numbers, it owed Help I of New York. We'd have to look up what that corporation is. Now, let's just keep going here and look at some of the statements. This thing owes $4 million, this Help I of New York. Somehow in New York, it's at East 13th Street. It owes $4 million, but it just magically disappears somehow. There's the property right there. Now, suddenly, somehow, the deed transferred to the city of New York. I guess if you owe a lot of money, New York City hides the fact that you owe it, and it takes ownership of it, I guess. The deed transferred at April 2019, and your owed bill just seems to disappear. That doesn't happen to private people. So you can look up even on the pitiful New York City Department of Finance site, and you can look up their bills here. There's their history, right? This very bad site where you have to put in the number one place and the address someplace else and the street someplace else. And let's look at some of the statements. It did owe $4 million, but now let's see, unpaid charges. So at this point in time, it's still owed unpaid charges of $4 million. Let's see what happens on the next bill. Oh, suddenly everything disappeared, and New York City owns it. And it goes to the Department of Housing. See, somehow New York City owns this thing. This looks like a mess to me. And here they are fighting over it while the property owners, New York City stockholders, the small homeowners, are getting nothing out of this, right? You, the small homeowners, should be getting dividends from New York City, not paying property tax, because all this investment in New York City couldn't be done without New York City, without the small homeowner, right? So wake up, taxpayers, and look at these things, because it's obvious Charles Barron and Inez Barron are watching, and they're not happy because probably they're not getting what they think they deserve. All right, everybody, wake up.